Hey there, this is just a vlog, and it's probably going to be nothing of entertaining value at all, other than a couple crude jokes and a couple snide remarks here and there. I like to have a word for the episode. This week's word of the episode is asphyxiation. 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 No, I'm just kidding. And that's just about as good as it's gonna get. At least that's what your mom said. Sorry, Natalie. It's a good nerd joke. Get it? No, it's all fun and games. A little chiding really never hurt anyone, and if it did, let's be honest, it'd be absolutely hilarious. Well, being a nerd is a glamorous lifestyle. You know, all the trendy, popular kids, curse them, claiming that they're nerds, but really they're not. And I really wish I was one of those trendy, popular kids. Anyway, being a nerd has its upsides, like being good at important things like school, and going to the library, and carrying books in a backpack, and science projects, and being a ninja to girls, you know, all the really important nerd things. Nerds are really pretty nice people, which is why we're usually the last to add to the gene pool, simply because we are awful with dealing with social things. While I don't really understand what's going on in the real world like normal people, I just need a coloring book for common sense. So if you have one, could you please send it to me? I'd really appreciate it. If common sense were so common, it should be on the internet for all nerds to have, cherish, and love. We get labeled as the nice guy or the nice girl, and yeah, who really dates us? Nobody. I mean, unless you're another nerd, then obviously you'll date another nerd. The big issue is nerds just don't get non-verbal communication. I mean, well, aside from text messaging, but that doesn't really count. I mean, if a girl were to wave at me or say, hey, let's go talk, or let's have drinks or something, if it did it with like a hand motion, I would be very confused. I would be like, are you trying to hail a cab? Are you calling for aliens? What are you doing? Probably run away, because I'd think she would be absolutely crazy. Because honestly, I have a phone and you can call me or you can text message me. And if you want my phone number, you can message me for that too. The initial shock, it's like getting dropped into a pool after being in a sauna. Let's think about the last couple nerds that actually made it in history. Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't, because that's a little too violent. Anyway, it'd be pretty easy for a normal person to go talk to a nerd. You might not get a response because they'll be completely confused while you're talking to them, but you might save a lot of people's lives. Confidence with women, yeah, that's just absolutely a foreign concept to me. You might be wondering why I picked this lifestyle. The answer is pretty simple. After you get ignored for so many years, it either become a nerd or you go off and shoot people. And that's pretty much how it goes. Just speaking from experience, I know that the former is a little bit of a difficult path, but it's a lot easier than wanting to go out and shoot people, because then you actually have to go and get a job, then you have to work to buy bullets and a gun, and then you have to practice shooting. I mean, you can't just go willy-nilly and just go shooting people all the time. Maybe it's just that I might be a little reckless because my lifestyle is very uneventful. I mean, there's a predicted result for just about everything that I do. But every time that I get a chance to take a risk, maybe it's just the idea that I'm risking my own life that absolutely elates me. It's impossibly exciting. And I'm not really talking about drugs. You should never do drugs. Well, aside from the essential ones to life like mint and caffeine. Those ones are good drugs. But to sum it all up, being a nerd really isn't that bad. I mean, I might spend more time talking to my camera on my computer than talking to a woman. And I might fail at a lot of things that normal people typically get. But I enjoy the freedom of being a nerd, like being a dork. Ooh. so much fun just to get away with dorky things. And I mean, it's really kind of liberating. And yeah, I couldn't choose a different lifestyle. But the best part is people look at me and they think it's like a disease, like being a nerd. If I infect enough people like a zombie, that this nerd epidemic will just sweep over the population. It's really not like that. I mean, normal people would not want to be a nerd at all. I mean, you might want to think you're a nerd because you wear glasses, or you take lots of notes, or you become antisocial for a couple months. That's okay. I mean, when you're a nerd, you sit in your basement talking to your computer, and you study, and you really have no life. Well, I shouldn't say no life. I mean, YouTube almost counts. So it's like half a life. That's it for this week's vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment or send me a message. And don't forget to thumb the video. If you really didn't like it, yeah, definitely hit the thumbs down button. I mean, I probably will at least a couple thousand times. And if you'd like a shout out, or you have a question or a very nerdy joke, because I enjoy those quite a bit, please send them to me in a message. Thanks for watching.